or something in my eye. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Maggie, and today for you I am going to be doing an everyday go to school, go to work, summer makeup routine. This is what I do every day before I go to my job as a server. It is super great if you work outside because you've got some SPF in there. It's super glowy, it's kind of fresh and natural, and I hope you guys enjoy. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. Alright, so getting started here, there are 3 things I look for when it comes to summer makeup. First of all, obviously I have some scarring, so I like to make sure that I have enough coverage so that I'm confident out in the world. The second thing is SPF. I want to have a high SPF on my face. Obviously I'm quite fair, and I want to protect my skin. And then third of all, of course, because it's summer, I want my skin to look luminous and healthy and glowing. So I try and find products that can meet as many of those criteria as possible. The first thing I'm going to use is my NARS Radiance Primer. I just recently picked this up a couple weeks ago and I love it so much. It's really non-comedogenic. So I'm going to start by just putting about a dime-sized dollop on my finger, and I'm gonna just rub that in. It has SPF 25. If you're in Canada, it's not gonna be advertised as SPF because you have to pay to have SPF ratings advertised on your products. So what I like to do is go to the States Sephora website, and whatever their SPF says is what it is, and you can smell the sunscreen in it, you know it's in there. After that's all settled in, I like to go in with a BB cream mixed in with this foundation. I use the Tarte Amazonian Clay BB Tinted Moisturizer. This also has SPF 15 in it, and the Clinique Even Better SPF 15, which evens and corrects your skin tone. So it's for acne prone skin. So I'm just gonna go in and mix a little bit. I do more of the Tarte. So I do more of the Tarte to keep that coverage really sheer on my healthy skin. And then I'm gonna go in later with concealer to cover up the patches that need a little extra coverage. That way your makeup is not gonna look cakey at all, and it's gonna look a lot more natural. So I just take that dollop and I mix it in together. And then I'm just gonna place it on all the points on my face before I blend it in. Then I just take my beauty blender and I'm just going to pounce it around my face, blending that in. As you can see, that evened out the majority of my skin tone quite a bit. It's just like the really red marks that are still showing. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to take my NARS Cream Concealer, and I'm just gonna spot that kind of in one section of my face at a time where I feel like I need a little extra coverage. I'm not gonna go under my eyes quite yet though. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender again. And that just adds just a little extra coverage on those areas that I need it. And it doesn't kick up on the areas that I don't. So I like to keep my coverage really light for an everyday look, just to kind of like let my natural skin shine through a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna go and continue this process on the other sections of my face, one by one. I'm in the shade Light 1 Chantilly. Am I saying that right? Chantilly? I don't know. In the areas where it's I have like fresh blemishes, I am going to just use my finger to blend instead of my beauty blender so that I don't share out the coverage too much. Just keep it concentrated in the areas I need it. Alright, so that's concealer done on my spots. Now I use a different NARS product. There's a lot of NARS products in this video. But I use the Soft Matte Concealer for under my eyes. I just find it creases a little less than the Radiant Creamy Concealer. So I just take that on my finger and I just dab it on my dark circles, which are very prominent because I have been working too much. You know what they say, every day I'm hustling. Blend this with my finger, just using the warmth of my skin to melt it onto my face. And make sure not to just put it like on the bags or it's gonna look a little funny in certain lights. You need to bring that down into a triangle. There we go. Then I'm just gonna go in with my Kat Von D Loose Setting Powder in shade Translucent. And on a fluffy brush, on the spots where I put concealer, I am going to powder just to set. And then I'm not gonna take it anywhere where I want that glow from the primer to shine through, because that's gonna mattify it. I do not want that. So just lightly setting the bottom of my jaw and my chin here. And then I'm going to make sure that there's no creases in the concealer under my eyes, and I actually take my finger and I just pat underneath and blend and sweep it out, because that's where I really don't want it to crease. Alright, now that we've set everything, it's time to move on to our powder products. I'm going to go in with the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. It's a really great option for pale skin. And I'm going to warm up my skin and kind of contour at the same time. When I'm doing my everyday look, I don't like to use too many different base products. I just want to kind of keep it as simple as possible. I know I've used like 2 concealers and 2 foundations already, but I'm gonna go with that logic still. I'm just gonna kind of sweep underneath my cheekbones and up into my hairline. I'm gonna kind of pounce the brush because I don't want to wipe away any of the concealer that I put down. And pat it all the way up, kind of curving into my hairline there. And then I just lightly bronze this part of my forehead up here, just to keep everything kind of even all over my face. And then last I go underneath the jaw just very lightly to create a little shadow here. And then I take it down my neck, especially close to the ears where this is going to be this natural shadow. I want to kind of warm that up just to make sure that everything looks even and like the makeup on my face doesn't look so different from my neck. Because I am quite fair, so if I don't bronze my neck, it's gonna look ridiculous. I'm gonna move on to highlight, and I actually use my fingers to apply my highlight, just to make it real concentrated. I've got here the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in 01. And I'm just gonna really focus that on the high points in my face. My lips are really dry right now, so I'm gonna avoid doing my Cupid's bow, but normally I would do that. And then I'm just gonna do my brow bone as well. Just on the highest point there. There we go. Maybe a little more right here. Now the last skin product I'm going to use is blush. I am using Benefit Dandelion. I'm going to take a Sigma Large Powder F30 brush and just blend that highlight and bronzer together. There we go. Kind of just brings everything together. And that is it for face products. I'm gonna move on to eyebrows. What I do is I just take my Anastasia and I use the tinted brow gel. Most people use the clear brow gel, but I just use the tinted stuff because I think it adds just enough so that I don't have to fill them in with a pencil. I have really thick brows anyway, so I go a shade lighter and I kind of add dimension as well. And I just brush them all up. Like that. And that's all I do for brows, just super simple. Before I put on lips and my mascara, I'm just gonna spray with my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. Like a lot of that. Dry that off. Final touches, I go in with my Benefit Roller Lash. And I'm just gonna brush my eyelashes. I take my time doing my eyelashes. I think it really makes a difference when it comes to the final result. I start by wiggling at the bottom of my lashes and then I kind of just fluff them up at the top. You want to make sure to get the ends. That's going to make your lashes look really long, that product, the end of your lashes. And then I make sure to get the corners of my eye. I finished my left eye and then I just go in and I do the bottom lashes with that same mascara and I do only the outer corners. And I just focus on the ends of the lashes. And last but not least, my lips are super dry because I'm coming down with a cold and that's always the first thing to happen to me. So I just go in with my Rosebud salve and I douse my lips in it. I actually really like this product for summer just because it's so light and fresh and it just adds a tiny bit of tint to your lips and just a lot of shine and it looks really natural. For an everyday look, you'll notice I didn't do eyeshadow and that's because I do put some coverage on my skin and I want it to look very light and natural and not too heavy. And so the way I manage to balance that is by keeping lips as bare as possible and keeping my eyes as bare as possible. And that way I keep the makeup look from looking too heavy. Alright guys, so this is the completed look. This is the makeup look I go to when I am working, when I'm going to school. Obviously, this is not something I'm gonna wear just to go to the grocery store. I think it's just enough to make me feel confident in my own skin and soft and pretty enough for the summer. I hope you guys enjoyed my tutorial. I hope to see you guys back again. Thanks again for tuning in and I'll see you next time. I'm back. All right.